So yes, I have a black eye. A lot of you made some funny jokes on stream the other night. I laughed. They were quite good. But I still have a black eye. I'm going to have to get through this looking like this. Looking like Captain Pugwash. Let's continue. Intro. So another season is upon us on Conquering Scandinavia, and today I have gone all the way through to April, so 6 months pretty much, of just pressing the continue button and signing some players, and we are back in Sweden for another season. I haven't gone anywhere, and the reason for that is we are pretty much title favourites. I'll show you the players who I have brought in, but season preview puts us as favourites, so I don't know about that. I'm not anticipating that we will win the league. I just wanted to put up a fight this year, and I think we have built the squad to do that. Let's have a look at some transfers, shall we? Okay, on the ins there are many, on the outs there are even more. £3.3 million on the outs, really built up a bit of a transfer budget. Marcel Brunns, the big name going out, the German. I did sort of want to keep hold of him. Borussia Dortmund came in though, and I thought, well, let him go. Let him go. He obviously wants to leave. He wants to go to Germany, where he's originally from. 1.3 million with some add-ons as well. I think it's worth it. Lauenberg, our captain, El Capitano, then was the next to go. I was in two minds about letting him go, but I'm alright with it. I think we have brought in players who will replace him quite nicely. He's gone to China. So he's on better wages and all that good stuff. That's fine. Johan Holver's another one. Our backup keeper, Eugene Pop. So we don't have to do any puns about that anymore. That's fine. That's good. And a lot of other names that you might have never seen before. Now, on the ins. Now this is where it gets very exciting indeed. First of all, we have a player from Tottenham Hotspur, Gerard Urrutia, who can play centre-back or up front. So we're gonna be playing him centre-back because I suppose he can do an okay job as a pressing forward, but he has 7 finishing. But at centre-back, he's quite good. 20 years old. He is Spanish. He comes in on quite low wages. I think he's quite a good deal to bring in as a backup or as a first teamer. I'm unsure yet. We will see. But Gerard Urrutia, or you tell me, he comes in, he's our first man. Another loan signing that we made 2 other ones. 2 Brazilians. The first of all is Gilvan Zayag, a CDM role replacing Johan Hove, of course, who didn't have the Swedish nationality anyway, so it didn't really matter who we replaced him with. And I think we've done one better because Zayag is an incredible player. Decent passing, good tackling. The mentals are really there. The physicals are really there. He's just a better all-round player. We have him on loan for the rest of the season. He's very low wages indeed from Gremio. I think we really did a good bit of business there. The next one that we have from Sao Paulo this time is Elias. And, oh yes, Elias is very good. Very good indeed. He will be that left-sided player, as you can see. He plays over there. And I think you'll agree that he is very good indeed. He's more of an inverted player, but we will play him. We'll keep him as a winger. He has fantastic flair. His pace is good. Great crossing. Finishing a 15, which is just an added bonus. Good technique and decent passing with a good work rate is what I always like to see. His aggression is quite high, but hopefully that won't matter too much. He probably has the highest current ability as well in the squad, and I'm really pleased that we've got him in our squad. Next up, Ngongang, the man who I spoke about at the end of last season. Here he is. He's finally arrived. He's only 2-star now, but 5-star potential. 18 years old. He is going to be an incredible player for the future, but I do think he could play now if we needed him to. Yes, he's 5'10" with only 7 jumping reach. We'll ignore that. He's 18. He'll do a job at the end of the day. But this, we have a lot of players now from Africa. Just because I scouted Africa and I found so many players who are cheap and worth it. So here we go. Next up is probably going to be the top goal scorer of the league. Mohamed Diallo, 15 finishing, 14 heading. Great flair of 19. Off the ball, 15. Decent physicals as well. I really like the look of Mohamed Diallo. We got him from ASAC, who is the best team in Ivory Coast. 52k. You can't say no to that. When you're given a transfer budget of like nearly 2-3 million, you can't say no to Mohamed Diallo for 52k. Why would I? Next up, we have a centre-back. Ulrich Wasatuba. We got this guy at the end of his contract, and then they only wanted like 40k, whatever it was, 74k, to sign him immediately. So I was like, why wait? Why wait? Because we could use him now as cover at least. Great jump in reach. He's 6'2" already. Decent fundamentals for the tackling. His mentals are okay as well. We got a lot of strength in depth now, whereas what we didn't have at the end of the last season when we started getting a couple of suspensions and all that good stuff. Linus Johnson, a Swedish man, coming in at centre-back. A good prospect, 6'6", with a jump and reach of 16. His positioning lets him down, but the rest of it is all gravy, baby. He can also play centre midfield or right back. We will definitely use Linus. We got him from Halmstad for 100k, so I think that is a bargain. He has 5-star potential as well, and only at the age of 20 he could be like the big guy of the future in Swedish football. Whether we will see that is yet to be seen. Next up though, Victor Backman, another Swedish man, a real player this time, playing on that right hand side. I got him for versatility. He can play both sides, so he covers a bench spot easily because we can bring him on both sides, and we will use him towards that. He has decent ability, don't get me wrong, but he's just not quite as good as Elias and the guy who we play on the right. He only played one game last year, and that's appalling, really. So we got him for 100k, and we'll give him some game time. Don't you worry about that, Victor. Next up, though, Charles Doso, another centre-back, another Ivory Coast guy, another man who cannot jump. But hey, 5'9" this time. Just realising how bad some of these players are. 5'9" this time, but maybe we'll most likely play him at right back, to be fair. Decent tackling, good marking, good heading. Decision making is fantastic. Position's fantastic. Work rate. It's just some weird stuff like him being 5'9", jump and reach of 6, and being a centre back, which is what lets him down. But 215k, we paid a little bit more for this man, but I got him earlier on in the transfer window. Again from ASAC, we've really strengthened their bankroll. And the last player, Ndiaga Traore from Generation Foot. He is from Senegal, and I think you'd agree that he is something special as well. Gives us a lot of strength up front. Fantastic pace and agility. Fantastic dribbling, finishing, and first touch. Good off the ball. Great technique. I think alongside his African compatriots in Diallo, we could get a few goals this season, that's for sure. And of course, we also have Buttigieg still with us, who will also score. We've got some really good strikers now. So, we have played the pre-season tournament. We lost in the semi-final 3-2, but the rest of the games, we dominated. We did really well. Today, we are against IFK Göteborg, and that is who we drew in the very first game. We still have 3 million in the bank. We still have 1 million in the transfer budget. The transfer window is now shut. I won't be using it. It's very unlike me. But I don't think we need it. Let's have a look. This is the side we are going to rock with in today's episode. We have Peter Salling keeps his position in goal. Hatude at right back. Euricia and Dosso. 5'9". Do I? Let's put Linus there. Let's put Linus Johnson in there. Dosso, I think, will be better at right back. Having looking at it a little bit closer. Jovicic on the left back row. Zayag, Bamba, Heidegger, O'Connor, Traore, and Vagani up top. We need to put one more of the... Let's put Larson in instead of Dosso, maybe? Yeah. Larson in there. In fact, let's actually put Larso starting instead of Jovicic. Oh, no, that's the reason why I didn't do that. I'm very sorry. We will get there eventually. There we go. Right, okay. This is a side we're going to go with. We're sticking with the same formation. We've got a lot of players now, strength and depth. I like it a lot. We also have Elias out suspended in this one. Buttigieg is going to drop out in this one. Diallo is going to drop down to the bench. So Vagani and Traore is going to start up top. I'm anticipating a lot of goals this season from our men. I wish we could get a lot more Swedish players in. Unfortunately, there's just none around. There's just none around that want to come to us. I tried pinching players from Malmo. I had like bids accepted. They just didn't want to come. They're not interested whatsoever. Maybe we would need like a couple of seasons at the top before players like that, the best players in Sweden, would want to come to us. But we start off the game with a corner. Can we make the most of it? We got a lot of big men up there now, other than the African centre-backs. Hachoud does well on that right-hand side. He keeps the ball. He's probably our best player, to be fair, Hachoud. What a ball that is. It's unlucky. Aidan O'Connor still got it. Keeps it in. Jovicic. That's a good ball again, but no one's there. Ziyech now, the Brazilian, out to Hachoud. It's patient build-up. Hachoud takes a shot. I don't blame him, to be honest. We've tried getting the ball in 3 or 4 times and no one's in there yet. Vagani needs to pull his fingers out. We have some competition for you now, Vagani. A couple of you mentioned how you've bought Vagani for quite cheap in your saves. I'm glad that you're making the most out of him. Jovicic throws it in. There is Vagani. He's headed it back. Back to the left back. O'Connor. Good ball. Bamba cuts inside. Vagani, the Italian stallion. Heidegger. It's close. We're doing well. We started off the game very well. 4 shots to their 1. Can we continue and get a goal, please? Corner ball again. We're looking dangerous. Johansson's there. We don't even have a player called Johansson. Johnson. He's there. He's there as well. Jovicic. Don't lose it. Johnson picks it up. Ericia. Bamba. Good play. Loses out though. Is he going to get sent off? And the referee's calling him over and taking a stroll. And this is taking the piss. It is a red card. Straight red. Now this is going to be interesting. This could work both ways for us. It could be a bit of an onslaught, or it could be really hard to break them down now. And it looks like it's going to be the latter. It's going to be very hard to break them down. Right. Now, let's stick a rocket up their ass. Not happy with the performance. We should be smashing a team like this with 10 men. Everyone's putting in bad performances. We have men in abundance now. Who can replace you? That's what you need to be careful of. O'Connor. Vergani, the Italian stallion. He cuts inside. He's hit it straight to the keeper with a name that is too dangerous for me to pronounce. Well, at 60 minutes gone, I am not happy whatsoever. Some very poor performances. Traore is going to come off. Diallo is going to come on. We have a 6.3 here. Let's bring Larson on there. Kevin Peterson, the cricketer, let's bring him on for O'Connor and try and set things off now. Like a goal quite early on. Peterson, there it is. Euricia has put it over. It's unlucky. Kevin Peterson trying to make an impact straight away now. Well, unfortunately for us, against 10 men, we've had 22 shots, 10 on target. It's a very boring game. I am sorry. I do apologise. There's not really much I can do about that. So looking at the schedule then, in a couple of games time we have Malmo. Why don't we bring that game to you as well as this new side? So hopefully that's a win, because if we lose to both of them, I'd be very devastated. We've got a few new teams, new names coming up that we will be playing. Hopefully we can pick up some points. That's a disappointing result. I feel like we dominated them when we really should be winning games like that. But nonetheless, let's not worry about it too much, because we have some big games coming up. It's a long season now, to be fair. Where in June, where we don't play any games, which is very weird. That's strange. But hey, nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed the transfers that we have brought to you today. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's a name that you really like the look of. And of course, Patreon is there. You can sponsor one of these guys on Patreon should you wish. My name is Omega Luke. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you on Monday for the next episode against Malmo. Bye-bye.